welcome to LitFilmFest classrooms, the place where we make a film over 7 weeks, and I teach you how to plan, draft, and edit your own adventure movie over 7 weeks. That wasn't a rap. It's harder than it looks. So this week we are going to be planning the next part of our adventures. This is the 3rd week. So if you haven't been with us the whole way, what are you doing here? Well, hello, start from lesson 1, please. This week we're going to be planning, drafting, and editing our diaries based on our choices. In the next session we'll be planning a freeze frame for each of our diary entries and then recording our voice as a voiceover. In yesterday's session you should have written a sentence for each diary entry for each day. In this session we're going to be writing each of those up as full paragraphs. Now just to recap, there's no real hard and fast rule about how to write a diary entry. It's mostly based on your ideas as your character. So how does your character think? What are their thoughts and feelings and emotions? Are they outpouring with emotion? Is it all too much? All this joy? But what we'd like you to do is write out each of your diary entries in full. And really we want you to write a full paragraph, that's like a chunk of text. But you probably want it to be 6 or more sentences really, just like Solomon Clegg's diaries were back in chapter 3. And we'd like you to write a diary entry based on your superb sentence or 2 that you wrote yesterday. And let's throw in a curveball as well. Woo! These are called 3ED sentences. 3ED. That sounds very old-fashioned, doesn't it? And this is a sentence which starts with 3 related adjectives all ending in ED. And we separate them with our favourite punctuation. It's the comma, the king of punctuation. Or maybe the pauper because it's used a lot. Or maybe that's full stops. Anyway, let's add in the commas between our 3 adjectives. So you can see there we have 3 separate adjectives that mean different things but add something to the diary entry. So tired, famished, drained. So you're feeling tired, you need to sleep. Famished, you're really hungry. Drained, you've got no energy. They all mean separate things, which is really important when thinking about these 3 adjectives. Tired, famished, drained. I lay down on the ship's deck. And then underneath we've got excited, astounded, gobsmacked. I watched the sunset from the crow's nest. So excited, got lots of energy. Astounded, I can't believe my eyes. Gobsmacked, I can't speak, I'm that amazed by what's going on. I watched the sunset from the crow's nest. So adding in a 3ED sentence into the mix when writing up your diary entry would add a lot to what you're writing about. Also, don't forget, you can add lots of different sentence types. Go back over your previous work. Your DD sentence might work really well here as well, alongside your 2 adjective sentences as well. Okay, so to recap, your challenge for today is to turn each of your diary entries into a final edit. We'd like you to write a diary entry for each day based on your superb sentences. That's around about 5 or more sentences per paragraph. And then we'd like you to ask for feedback. You can, of course, send them in to us and we'll give you a little bit of feedback, or you can give it to your mum, your brother, your dog, then maybe you can email it to your next door neighbour or a friend. That's a good idea. How about do that? Yeah, that's it. Email it to a friend and they can give you some feedback. And then of course you can use the I like it heart, the tell me more, or the I don't get it symbols on someone else's work or on your work, just to have an idea of what people really like. So maybe you could do more of that. Maybe what's not very clear, the tell me more, I want to know a bit more about that so it's clearer, or I just don't understand that with the question mark, so you know you need to clarify that. And we don't often do this, but today we have an optional challenge as well. Writing a diary entry from the perspective of another character is a really interesting thing to do in stories. We'll actually be looking at this a bit more on Friday with our author takeover. But why don't you choose to write a diary from a different character's perspective? Maybe for one of the days, it could be from the person who's causing the problem. In our story, it's the kidnapper, but maybe it's the diary entry from one of the other team who sees things slightly differently. It's always interesting to see the same event through different people's eyes because they both see things quite differently. So maybe if you have a kidnapper like our story, maybe the kidnapper in their diary entry is good in their own eyes. Maybe it's all just a huge mistake that they haven't realised. And then finally, if you've written all of your super diary entries up, don't forget to send them into us, info@litfilmfest.com on the old email, at LitFilmFest on Twitter, or on the Facebook group LitFilmFest Classrooms. We'd love to see them, and we're celebrating them in every video that we do. And then Jack, Ella, and Damon. Ella is the funny and determined one of the group, always telling jokes and making sure that they find a way out of hard situations. She has blonde hair and hazel eyes, and wears round glasses. She can't go a day without telling a joke at least once. I know how you feel, Ella. In her spare time, she comes up with funny, silly jokes. Ella's really good at cheering people up when they are upset or sad. Like the sound of Ella, she sounds fun. Another character you've had sent in, Paul, is the cool, ultimate cool professional. Oh, double cool in that. And he never gives up on the group. He practices, good practice with an S in there, well done. He practices fighting in his spare time. Paul is a very cool ultimate professional. Oh, I'm guessing the name of the group is the Cool Ultimate Professionals. He is a funny, kind-hearted man, good 2A sentence with a fearless, determined nature, excellent 2A there. People who are battling him, he can't get hurt because of his armour all around him. Oh, he sounds really cool. I like that. Two more quick ones that have been sent in. I like that the one on the right has got some stickmen drawings. They're pretty cool. They've even come up with what they're wearing and what's going to help them with joggers on one of them. That's really cool. Like that. And then on the one on the left, Bob is the big one. He has a bald head and is not the smartest human being. He likes to eat a lot. His favourite place to go is McDonald's. He's planning on finding the City of Gold to go towards Mac. I bet if you found the City of Gold, you could go to McDonald's as much as you want. I'm sure you'd have a lot of money if you found El Dorado. Very, very good, very funny one. Oh, lots of fantastic fonts. I recognise the lobster font here. Master James Stephen, code and riddle solver, specialises with transporting things. James is calm, capable, and brave. Ooh, I really like how you've actually laid this one out. It looks really good with all the fonts going on there. A few more characters, like Sam and Tom. Tom, Drake's brother. He is silly and lucky and light-hearted. His speciality is to read or inform the team about rare, unique, and old artifacts. Oh, that's really cool. Rare, old, unique artifact. I like that there's someone to actually do that. I presume you're going to find a rare, old, unique artifact somewhere in your story. That's really making me interested. He has light brown hair and green eyes. It's very easy to work with him. He is usually very helpful and kind. He usually trains martial arts and studies history. Cool. What a cool life he leads. Captain Phasma with a PH. That looks really cool, actually. Captain Phasma is Kylo Ren's #1 general. She is hard-working, fearless general, but... this is from Star Wars. Got it. But she can be lenient and forgiving to her subordinates. Yeah. In her spare time, she does target practice and training. She doesn't believe in spare time. She is a pro with a bow, staff, and a gun. She can actually hit what she's aiming for. She's very sneaky, silent, efficient, and athletic. You cannot hear her coming. Ooh, so you've mixed up a few of your characters from what you watch on TV or in the movies. I like that. You're very welcome to do that. That's pretty cool. Thanks for sharing that. And then just to finish with, we have 3 great agent profiles sent in again by Miss Turner. Thanks, Miss Turner, for sending these in. We've got Nick Thompson, Sonny Thompson, and Mike Thompson. And I like that you've taken photos of yourself to actually show the characters quite easily as well. That you've changed hat, glasses, or a face mask. Love that. Let's look at Sonny Thompson. Sonny is a little bossy at times and always wants to lead the investigations. Sonny always wears sunglasses. Got the name now. Sunglasses. Clever. Even if it's raining or dark. Sonny is rude to his brothers and can be greedy with some of the cases. Very good. Excellent work. Thanks for sharing those. And we'll be looking at some of your work in tomorrow's lesson in our special LitFilmFest Classroom showreel. So join us then. And that's it for LitFilmFest Classrooms today. Don't forget, dancing with underpants like Doncaster Dave is not a thing your neighbours will approve of. Or indeed anyone. No one's going to like that. Put those whiteys down, it's gross. And wash your hands. Particularly right now. Particularly during this time. Take care everyone, stay safe, bye!